The title of this video is I bought a house, who gives a shit? And that's not a metaphor for anything. I did buy a house. It's this house that I'm currently sitting in. I will say though that buying a house has been very weird in one particular way. And that's that everyone is congratulating me. Like I've just achieved something great, which I get it. A lot of people are very proud that they buy a house, and other people are happy that I'm in a place in my life where I can afford to buy a house. But I guess for me, one, someone's ability to buy something has never been on my priorities of things I'm impressed by. And two, it's just never been that important to me. Like, yes, I want to live somewhere nice, and that's always been a goal of mine. But the actual method that I lived in a nice place didn't really matter to me. It didn't matter if I rented it, if I bought it, if I was squatting there illegally. I really don't care. But I've noticed that the feeling I have with people congratulating me over buying a house is the same feeling I've gotten in several other times in my life. And it's always whenever you hit those adult milestones. So here, I've compiled a list of the adult milestones that I can expect to hit in my life. And if you'll notice, I only have like 3 left. This one, it's on there. This one, I'm just not gonna do probably ever. And this one I'm treating like getting my wisdom teeth removed, and that I'm going to avoid it as long as humanly possible because I'm terrified. Another thing that coincides with feeling weird of these congratulations is that the fact that today, the day that I'm filming this, is November 22nd, 2020, also known as my 25th birthday, which to me is terrifying. I'm currently halfway through my 20s, and I still feel like I'm trying to figure everything out. On top of the fact that I'm 25 and I've already got all this stuff knocked out, which means that in theory, for me to have a complete life, all I gotta do is have kids, retire, and then buy the barn. Which means that I just kind of keep doing what I'm doing now for like 60 more years, and then I die, which does not sound great in theory. But knowing this personally, it's like a voice in my head telling me, you've got to figure something out like right now. See, I'm painfully aware of the short amount of time I have on this earth, and I really, really, really don't want to fuck it up. And since I knew this video was coming, I did some thinking, and the thing that really drives me, the thing that motivates me and gets me out of bed in the morning and pushes me when I'm tired is the search for authenticity. And I mean it like in the whole sense of the word. I want to know how the world actually works. I want to know who the people are around me, and as deeply as I can know the people that I choose to surround myself with. And then ultimately, I want to know myself as much as I possibly can. Who I am, what my desires are, what my fears are, my dreams, my hopes. If you haven't noticed, shamefully as it is, this channel is ultimately about me. It's about my life, what's going on around me, and then a lot of it is also just my thoughts on things. So a lot of the vlog type, lieutenant vlogs, West Point things, they've just been little snapshots of the world going around me that generally affect me. And then the lecture-y type videos are more just kind of combinations of thoughts that I've been having recently. So typically how those go is I just have a thought that I've had for months or even the whole year, and then I try to condense it down as much as possible with my own little take on it. Write a script, throw in a green screen, funny music, wham bam, you got a video. I wish it was that simple. And I think this video surrounding me turning 25 and buying a house is kind of is entangled with the kind of existential dread that I think I feel constantly. See, if I'm not occupied by work or I'm not actively with family, most of the time I'm going to be slipping into, what am I doing with my time? Is this the right thing to be doing right now? Is this ultimately what I want to be thinking about with my limited amount of brain power and spending this time with what little time I do have? Now, I definitely don't agree with everything that the writers that I talk about say that are on my videos, but one thing I will bring up that I brought up before is the idea of bad faith from Sartre. Bad faith being the rejection that you are not radically free and that you can be and do anything you want. For me, that's an overwhelming problem, but an incredibly positive one. It's like being at the supermarket and you don't know what kind of cereal you want because there's hundreds to choose from, and you have to figure out what you like to eat, in order to get the right one. And so from there, when you know that you have to figure yourself out in order to figure out what you want, from there, that's when you start seeking the authenticity. But the authenticity portion for me is the most important part. I want to know why I like certain things, or if I actually do like certain things, or if I'm trying to convince myself that I like certain things. Or do I think one thing is important because I actually think it's important, or because other people and the internet and YouTube comments have said it's important. I'm constantly auditing myself and who I think I am, even for the little dumb things, because eventually they do add up. Like black coffee, for one. Do I actually like black coffee, or do I think I like black coffee because it fits me and it's the thing to like? I will have you know I've been drinking half and half of my coffee recently. I always take it in a weird satisfactory note when people aren't able to categorize me or put me in a kind of box, or they say that they're confused or can't figure me out. Because to me, that's a good indicator that I'm not falling in line with things that would just make sense for me to like and for me to be like, simply from it being appearances or my job or other things that I like. It means that I'm only doing things and acting in ways that I feel are important to me, not from some external factor of desire or something. And then for me, figuring out those things about myself and who I am, what I like and what I want to do and who I want to be, those are incredibly fulfilling for me, and I think way more fulfilling than achieving anything that would be on this list, because all of this is just kind of assumed or given. All the other stuff on the outside is things that take a lot of reflection, meditation on yourself, and introspection to kind of figure out who you are. And then when you do achieve those things you think are important, or you change yourself in a way that more is in line with your authentic self, that is so much more fulfilling than buying a car or buying a house or graduating college. Because ultimately, these aren't the things that make you who you are. It's those individualistic decisions and contemplations that make you who you are. At least, I don't know, that's my opinion.